Hello, creative people. This is Catherine with A Motley Art, and I have my traveler's notebook that I was creating for January 2022, and I finished it up. So I'm going to show you the last 2-page spread that I made in this video, and then I'm going to have at the very end a walkthrough of the whole book. So I hope you stay for the whole video so you can see that walkthrough. I am using the Candid Moments Scrapbook Workshop by Close to My Heart to make this sort of little traveler's notebook for the month of January 2022, and I did get it finished. I just didn't get the video up in January of 2022, so this is going up in February of 2022, but you know, them's the breaks. Sometimes you just try your hardest, but other things get in the way, and my brother's birthday was at the end of the month of January, and it just got to be too much to get that video up, but here it is, all finished up, and I really loved the way that this came out. So in this kit, there was this big die cut of this bird cage, and then there's a cute little bird that I'm going to use as well, but I didn't love that background that they had for the original, and the page that I wanted to put it on, I just didn't think it gave enough contrast, that pink. But I just wasn't crazy about that pink color either. So I traced it, and now I'm going to put this darker blue as my background, and it's going to go on to yellow. So it's going to very high contrast. It looks so pretty. I just love it. And I think it helps make the bird pop out a lot better as well. So I just had to trim up a few places here where I didn't quite get it right, either my tracing or my cutting, who knows, but it's okay because it came out great in the end. So you see how it just really pops off of there. I just love that look. So they also had some die cuts in there for these pieces, these like border pieces that I really wanted to use on at least one page. So that's what I'm going to kind of figure out here. And I do apologize that some of this video is not going to be exactly in frame. I thought I had it in frame, but I didn't. I was a little too far over to the right. But I think you're going to get the gist of what I was doing. I was just putting these on the edges, and I will kind of bring it over into frame here a little bit at the end. So right now I'm just cleaning up this die cut as well. This one, mostly all the inside pieces were punched out, but there was just a few small round pieces that I had to punch out. So it really wasn't hard, wasn't a big deal. That's going to happen. Could have been a lot worse. So no complaints there. So I'm just going to put these on both sides, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess. But I did hang on to that excess because I figure I might be able to use that somewhere in the future. So for something like this, I do definitely hold on to any little scraps, because you'd be surprised where you can just, tuck those in later to a different design. I think it's great to have those to use. So I got those down. I really loved this yellow kind of ombre page that I have here. I think it's really pretty. Makes me kind of think of like a little bit of a sunset. I don't know why, but that's kind of what it makes me think of. But I felt like there needed to be a little bit more glitter on here, I guess, a little bit more shine. So I added these rose gold vinyl that I have, that I cut out into strips, and I'm using one of the larger strips to put on there. But because I knew I was putting that bird cage down, I knew I didn't need the whole strip. So I did just kind of cut that one in pieces, and then I'm going to put a whole one onto the other side. And I just really love the extra bit of shine that these give. I just think it's great. And kind of, to me, I just felt like it really helped finish that edge of that cutout there. Just, I don't know why, but the edge just felt like it needed something, and I just think this gave it what it needed. So I'm going to glue down my bird cage, and I did tack a little bit down to the edges too. I didn't want it to come up too much on the edge. And then I'm going to add my little bird, and I just think that little bird is very, very cute, and it is also one of the die cuts. There was so many die cuts with this particular kit. I still have a whole bunch left after making this little book, so it was wonderful. I really, really liked that. And then I'm going to put a sticker up here. I think it says here and now, and I just thought that was kind of cute. And then I felt like there just needed to be like one more element to kind of pull all of this together. And so that's why I brought in the wood hearts. I mean, they're not actually wood, they just look like wood, but they're chipboard. And I'm going to go ahead and take away the white on the edges, because I think it just makes these look way more finished and a little bit more like maybe it is wood. But I love the thickness of these, because they're thick, but they're not too thick. So they worked really nicely in this book. Once I got this all done, yes, you know, it has a little bit of a thickness to it, but it still closes very nicely. It doesn't look like it's gaping, which is what I wanted to avoid, because I do not like the gaping look. So even though I am going to use some rhinestones and I used some of this chipboard in this book, it still worked really well. So I was really happy with that. So I'm also adding those rhinestones now. I just really felt that this page needed some bling. Let me tell you, whatever pictures I put on here, I'm not sure yet which ones I'm going to put on here, but man, it's going to be part of a blingy page. But I just love that. Sometimes you need it, right? Sometimes you just need all the shine. So I added one big one and then two smaller ones around all of my hearts. And I just think it looks so pretty and just kind of brings this whole page together. So in the description box below, I will have links to the products that I used in case you would like to look at those or get those. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be available though. And again, I'm loading this in February of 2022. So if you're here much later than that, they may not be available at that time. But I think you can make very similar layouts with lots of different collections. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way through. I really hope you subscribe to my channel so you can see more of what I'm going to do in the future. And I hope that you have a very creative day.